Hi, hello everybody, and we're back today for our second day of our collaboration colouring with Sandy from Colour Creatively. So the paint has all dried on this picture, and you can see the two colours look very similar, and you can also see there's a bit of a problem over there where my clumsiness made a mess. But I'm going to now remove this because I don't want, sometimes if there's something on the back of your page and you use pencils, it creates a mark. And I also wanted to show you that when I remove masking tape, I don't just rip it off, I'm really careful with it. And I always try and take it off at a very slight angle, which hopefully helps that the paper doesn't tear. Sorry, again, I'm concentrating and I forget to speak. I think I have a real problem there. Forgive me, turning the page. And you can see, by the way, look at that. If we hadn't put this masking tape here, that would have been on the paper. I hope it's protected it. So I'm really excited to see what Sandy's doing with her image. It's such fun for me. Oh, you see there, it's lifting a bit of the paper. And work. I just need to kind of work around that very, very carefully. And this is low-tack masking tape. I actually bought specific artist's masking tape. And I go against my clothing to make it slightly less tacky. And I've tried washi tape. Sorry, I'm standing up and I bumped my camera with my hand. So that's all right. There's a slight bit of damage there. Not terrible. And this here. So one's always got these minor issues when you use wet media in colouring books, particularly in double-sided colouring books. And I think you kind of need to use the media with the mindset that something creative may have to be done on the page behind. That's my way of looking at it. There are no mistakes in art. There are only happy accidents. That was some famous artist, and for the life of me I can't remember who it is. If you can remember, then please let me know. So the back page is fine, and it's a little bit, I might want to iron it when I've finished colouring. I sometimes just iron these things to make them flat. You just put like I would put a clean sheet of paper underneath this, and I would put a thin dish towel or cotton cloth or something on top of this and iron it at a low setting to flatten it. Putting some paper behind to start colouring. Here's my piece of cotton, not cotton, my piece of kitchen towel, and I'm going to start on these flowers, and I suspect I'll need to make them at a slight angle so that I'm comfortable, and zoom in a little. So now I'm going to be colouring this and using similar colours. I didn't mark down what I used there, so I can't remember, but I'm using Prismacolors, and this is Permanent Red Pc122, then Orange Pc918, then Yellowed Orange Pc1002, and Lemon Yellow Pc915, and my ever faithful white Prismacolor. And I'm just going to merrily colour these. I'm going to start at the darkest side at the edge. Whenever you have, actually need to turn this, check I'm still in screen. This is where I want to be. Hopping up and down, sorry. Whenever you have anything, it's over something else. So for instance, there's this white thing here, and you can see my hand is over this white piece of paper towel, and it's creating a shadow. The pencil is over that and it creates a shadow. That is called a cast shadow. So if you have something and the sun is probably shining down from this side, it's going to cast a shadow from this top part down there. So it will probably be darkest at the top and lightest at the bottom. That's kind of the effect that I'm going for. So I'm going in with a fairly heavy pressure here at the top, and then doing a little bit of a light bit, and then going over with my next color over the lighter bit and blending it up there, and then going a bit lighter, and then blending this next one up there and going a bit lighter towards the bottom, and then using the lightest color from the bottom, and I'm not touching the very bottom of the petal, going all the way up because I wanted it mostly yellow, and going over the whole lot and blending them together with the pencil. And then I'm going to take, I think, the orange color and just go over this little line, which would also, by just putting something dark there, it looks like an indentation. And then I'm using the white pencil over everything and blending it like that. Then I usually do a bit of another layer just to brighten everything up. So I've sped this video up just a little bit because it's going to be very long. And I don't know if you mind the long videos. I know some people find them difficult to watch. And I'm using the dark red, the permanent red. And then as I'm busy coloring this, I start to feel that I can see this petal is curving up, and I wanted to have a highlight there, and then I used the permanent red at the end, and I actually liked that effect, and I decided to change where I want my highlight to be sort of 3/4 of the way down the petal rather than at the end. So that's how I've done that, and then I leave a little white space, and then I join the two edges together with the white pencil, and when it needs it, go over it with one or two of the other colors again. And also where the one petal would overlap another, I'll use some of the darker color just to give some interest and show that shadow. And then I color most of these daisies in the same way, and I'll come back to you when I've done some of them off camera, just once again to save a little bit of time. You can see the highlight here. So once again, the permanent red and over the cast shadow areas, blend that out with a little bit of the orange lightly, and then the yellowed orange, then the yellow, then the white. Blend them all together and rinse and repeat. So I've done a few of these flowers off camera, and I'm going to do a last flower here to just remind you slowly again how I'm doing them. Just want to make completely sure you can see and to zoom in even more. So I'm going to be completing this flower again, same as I did those petals. Just want to make sure that my pencil's a bit sharper. I want to just reiterate that in this collaboration, it's a collaboration, not a competition, not a color along between Sandy and I, although you guys are very welcome to color along with either of us or to take inspiration from either of us or from both of us. And it's not a competition at all. It's a fun thing to see just how differently one can color a picture and what comes to you naturally as a colorist, and that whatever you do is actually acceptable and fun. So this color here, just to remind you, is Permanent Red Pc122. I've used these colors on all these daisies, and I'm more or less staying with this color palette, just adding one or two other colors for some of the other elements. Like the scissors, I was thinking about making them sort of silver scissors and trying my hand at coloring the metallics. I'm a bit afraid that I'm masking this completely with my hand. How do you guys enjoy live streams? Do you like live streams? I've been wondering if I should try them again. I get so terribly nervous with them. I don't have anybody to help me with the live stream, and I've noticed most of the big YouTubers that do live streams tend to have a partner to help them with the messages and things, but I thought I could try one again. I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, for which I'm immensely grateful and really excited. Now I'm going on to orange, which is PC918, and I'm going over the first color and then extending it a bit, coloring fairly lightly. I can hear my husband's just returned from some shopping, so I suspect I'm going to pause this video for a moment and go and unpack the shopping. You very kindly did the grocery shopping today, but I'll just finish this particular daisy to show you again, and then we'll move on to the leaves. So some of them have got red at the bottom and some have just got orange. I've been just doing with whatever the mood takes me. I'm going over again with this color, which is yellowed orange, and where there's room, extending it a bit more. The pictures, the flowers on this page are more orange than the ones on the facing page, and the reason for that is that I messed with the orange acrylic back or gouache background paint that I used, and I needed to cover it, so that is my reasoning. And now some yellow here. I love yellow. I needed to tell you this is lemon yellow PC915. What a joy it is to colour with Prismacolors, and the trusty white to blend it all together. And leaving that white bit in the middle, which makes it look like a highlight. Or it doesn't make it look, it creates a highlight, and it allows it to look like the sun is bouncing off that. And then I'm just going over some of it with the yellow again here to brighten it up over the white. So that's all the daisies finished, and then I wanted to show you how I was doing the tops of the daisies, which I'm doing in a really quick and easy way. I'm using a Stabilo fine point. Any fine point thing in a brown will be fine, and I'm going around the base of, I don't know what you call this top part of the flower head and just going up a little bit. There was another one here. I've done this here already. Then I'm using, again, Prismacolor, but this time Sandbar Brown, PC122, and going lightly around it and up, sort of like that, and just colouring. I didn't feel like colouring all the little circles. I don't know what you call them. If you can remember what those things are called on a flower, please let me know. And then I'm using the same lemon yellow that I used previously, 915, and going from the top down and over all of that. And I suspect this should really be purple or something, but because it's our colouring page and we can do what we like, and I want to actually have a kind of a not monochromatic, but because it's more than one colour, but it is all in the oranges and yellows. I want to kind of keep it at that. And then on this big one, I used some zested blending with blending stumper, but I don't actually need it there. So this is completing our second video. I'll show you how far we are. And tomorrow we will try and complete the picture. So we need to do the leaves, the string and the scissors, and then just a quick background extra. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, don't forget to tune in again tomorrow and to swap between my video and Sandy's video and see how we're both getting along. And I really hope that you enjoy this collaboration. I'm so excited to be doing it with Sandy. Thank you, and thanks for watching. And if you do decide to color these pictures, please let us know, and then we can make a plan to see all of yours. Maybe we can make a video of yours as well. Thank you. Bye-bye now.